Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Moose Minute Project on a beautiful Wednesday morning. The sky's got a great blue tint to it, and the clouds have got that purplish pink colors in it. It is beautiful here in southwest Wisconsin. So, welcome to the Moose Minute Project. A little somber note today under it's hard to imagine, it's hard to think, I'm not sure what I would do. So, there was a young gentleman, teenage gentleman yesterday that decided to end his life in Richland Center, found by his parents from what I was told. I'm not going through names, I'm not going through any of that. My prayers and thoughts and condolences to the family. I can't imagine what it would be like to find that. I can't imagine what you have to live with after that. May you find comfort some way, somehow, and get the help that you need, because there will be many answers, or many questions that don't have answers. Why? How come? What could have been done to prevent it? What were the signs? And if there were signs, maybe they were subtle. I think that's the hard part. Like I said, I'm a criminal justice major, sociology major, criminal justice minor, but I went to school to be criminal justice. And yes, I'm in the retail sales business because of this kind of thing. I rode along with some great deputies, great officers in my college days. They were phenomenal officers, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't be in this business where one minute you're getting your ass kicked or threatened to get your ass kicked, and the next minute you walk into a scene like what I can imagine was yesterday, or involving young children, or whatever it may be. But as a parent, I don't know, and nor do I hope it to ever know, or have to go through it. I hope that people around them will surround them with strength, surround them with support. But we lost a young gentleman yesterday in Richland Center. In a time that we are filled with hate, and you can say, oh, it's just that side. No, it's both sides. It is a time to change gears in all of our thinking. It is our time to become more comforting, more supportive, and more there for your neighbors than ever before. And you need to check on those around you. Just by asking, how's your day? What's going on? Can I be there for you? Because a lot of us have gone through many traumatic things in our lives. And like I mentioned yesterday to the gentleman that I was talking to, when he told me it happened, he goes, Chris, I never knew, never saw the signs. I said, hey, I've been to where I didn't get to that far, but I've thought about it before, of what it would be like to end it all, how life would be better. But there's a different plan for me. I'm not sure what. I keep moving forward with it every day. I'm not sure where I'm supposed to go. All I know is I keep putting the foot down and keep going forward. So again, my condolences to the family of yesterday, and to those around the United States. It happens everywhere. It's not just in Richland Center. Many of vets, many military people doing the same thing from all the things that have gone on in their lives. Police officers, healthcare workers, and everybody says kind of the same thing. I never saw the sign, never saw anything like this coming. That's because most of them that are going to do it don't talk about it, don't raise awareness about it. They're very quiet. They act like they have everything together to get through it. So pay attention to those around you. If something seems off, it's probably off. Take care of them, Make sure people know you are there 24/7, 7 days a week, no matter the time. Quite a few of my friends that know me, or anybody that knows me, knows that my phone, they can call at any time. They can message me at any time, and I will talk to them. I have very select friends that I consider good friends that I can tell them about anything and know it won't go anywhere. And if I called them at 3 a.m. to come get me, they would do that. I have a wife that would do that without too many questions. So take time to search and look around you and just see who's there. And see if you notice people that have seemed off lately. If they have, make sure to try to comfort them in a way to know that they can trust you, that they can come to you, and that you are a safe place. Because there is going to be, I feel, a uptick in these kind of things. Not because of what happened recently with the election. It is the environment that in which we are living. There is more disdain, more name calling, more intolerance to things. And that's not how this country became a great country. This country became a great country based on the fact of the people that went to war for us, that fight for us every day. And when I was growing up, the parents of the other kids also looked after us. That's how we were able to go out and play till the street light came on. Because if we were over somewhere else, a parent would say, hey, time to go home. Got to believe it's supper time now. Or invited us to stay and eat with them. We didn't have the cell phones. We didn't have all of that. We didn't have ways to be sneaky about anything. So, and if you were home late, if you didn't have reason to where you were, there were consequences. I think sometimes the consequences have fallen short. But that will be a different time, a different Moose Minute project. This one is just the somber fact that things are changing. And we need to start being more compassionate, more understanding, more willing to help, and more willing just to be there for people in general. That's the only way this is going to work. Get back to the old days of discussing things, talking about things. It's the one problem with cell phones and everything else that I see with children this day, or kids these days. I mean, I look at my kids, my youngest is 24. Way too much texting and everything else. Back when we were younger, and I'm 50, so I'm saying back in the 80s and 90s, you either wrote a note to a girl to ask her out, or you walked up to her face and you heard either, nah, you're too much like a brother, or, nah, really? Back off. So you dealt with rejections face to face. Or a note got passed around to everybody in the school, and then you were laughed at for a while. But today now, there is more harassing, more bullying that is hidden, that we do not see. You don't find those notes all of a sudden that somebody forgot to take out in the laundry. You don't find those kind of things anymore. Because it's all hidden electronically. There's kids being bullied every day that no parents see because they don't interact the same as we did when we were in high school. You didn't get your car egged or anything like that anymore. It's all done cyberly through TikTok, through memes, through whatever it may be. And as parents, I think we need to have more control of that. Until your kid's 18 years old and out of the house and on their own, that cell phone, that thing, you can ask to look through it. And if they don't want to show it to you, then there's probably an issue. And it's not oh, you're invading my privacy. No, that's not the case. I know what my mom would have said if I'd have had a cell phone back then. And she said, Chris, let me look through that. And I said, nah, it's not your business. I would have probably been eating that cell phone, or it would have been broken or taken away, however it may be. So, pay attention to your kids. Pay attention to how they act. Are they respectful in public? Do they respect those around each other? And as parents, if you're the ones that are doing the disrespecting or going out and bullying people and being a bunch of pricks, let's do it that way. We'll just say pricks. Don't expect your kids to be princesses. Okay? And don't try to all masculine about it and say, hey, you know what, good for you. If your kids pick on people and bully people, you need to have a talk with them. And you need to be upright with them. And I'm not saying beating them. As parents, you need to show through an example. Be an example. Be a mentor for your kids. Your time with your kids is not promised. I know many parents that have lost their kids. My dad, my mom being one of them. My brother passed away when I was young in a tractor accident. Girl passed away in a car accident with my daughter in high school. Or just out of school. Gentleman that I know very well out west lost his son to a traffic accident. There's tons of examples of kids that got called too early to leave this country and go to heaven. It is time that we start opening our hearts and really taking care of this communities around us and taking care of those around us and not put up with the bullying, the misbehavior of the youth. And don't tell me it's just kid being kids. It's not right. And especially if they're 18, 19, 20 years old, it's definitely not right. But it is up to you as parents to teach your kids the best manners and the best way to go about it. And I will still say this, and this is how I'm going to end it. It comes back to now when teachers are not requiring the Mr. or Mrs. They are allowing first names. They're allowing initials, whatever it may be. And it's not how it should be. It should be Mr., Miss, Ms., however you want to look at it. And doctors are doctors. And you know what? There's still good friends of mine that I graduated with as teachers. Mr. Lake. He's Mr. Lake and always will be Mr. Lake. Cannot call him Bob. It just doesn't work for me. It never has. Because that's how we were raised. So again, my condolences to the family in Richland Center. I just don't know what to say about it. I couldn't imagine going through it. I live with that fear every day that my son puts on his badge. And that's part of it. But I also live every day with the fear that one of my children will be gone just based on a car accident, whatever it may be, whatever. And no different for me. My time on here is short, and it is not promised that I will be back tomorrow for another edition. So, may God be well to you guys. May you look around you. May you see how you interact with people. And may you be a blessing to somebody today. Have a great day. I'll be back tomorrow morning with another edition of the Moose Minute Project. And again, thank you for tuning in, and prayers to you all.